I've always wanted an Alfa ever since I was in high school. I saw it in a magazine and it looked very pretty. As I read about it and as I read about the car, I found out that it's a giant killer. No? It would race against cars twice, 3 times the size of its engine, and it would do very well. It was one of those cars that you've always dreamt of having. I'm Manolet Ramos, and I drive a 1969 Alfa Romeo Giulia GT Junior. I learned that one of our friends actually owned the Alfa Romeo Giulia, the one that I love. So I'd see it in races, I'd see it in the meetings. So one day Martin asked, "Hey Manolet, would you want to buy the Giulia?" Unfortunately, I didn't have the money for it. I had to decline. I was like, "Martin, I want it, but I don't have the money for it." It went to another friend. And it stayed with him a few years. He raced it. I'd see it on the track. I'd always feel sad that I missed my opportunity to buy it. And then one day, Audi asked me, "Hey Manolet, would you know anyone who'd like to buy the Giulia?" And then for me, it was like, okay, this is it. This is my chance to get it. We have a simple rule at home. If you're going to buy a car, you have to sell a car. So I had to sell 2 cars to get the Giulia. My wife didn't know what the Giulia was. When I showed it to her, she was very happy. And I said, okay, it was a relief. Alice liked it. So the car actually has a very interesting provenance. It was first owned by Mang Amado Castro, one of the founding members of the Manila Sports Car Club. The Manila Sports Car Club is an organization or a club of car enthusiasts, and the car is actually the member. The owner is just the steward of the car. The club's been in existence for at least 50 years. So can you imagine, the car's been with the club for quite a while. The ownership is passed on from one person to another, and it's the responsibility of the owner to take care of it for the next owner, for the generations that will come after them. So it doesn't mean you baby the car, you enjoy it, but you take care of it. I've taken it to races already. I've enjoyed it on the track. I drive it regularly to Santa Rosa. I plan to bring it to Tour de Cebu, so it's a lot of fun to drive. It's not comfortable. It's hot, it doesn't have aircon, and it's pretty stiff, but it's fun. You're one with the car, you feel every bump on the road, you hear the engine, you feel the exhaust, you smell the gasoline. Sometimes it'll start, sometimes it won't, but it's all part of the charm of the car. If it breaks down, it breaks down. As you own it, you'll learn about it more and more. You learn about the history of the car, the model, but at the same time, you also learn how to fix it by yourself. My responsibility to the car is to maintain it as best as I can. Of course, enjoy it, but hold on to it, take care of it until the next owner. The objective is for it to live on beyond me. When I'm 100 and I see it being driven by somebody with a smile on his face, that very same car, I'm happy. That's it. I did my part. It's still on the road. That's how I feel about stewardship. Making sure that 2-3 generations down, somebody's still driving it, enjoying it, just as I did. With the Alfa, it's raw, it's visceral. All your senses are engaged. You feel the road. You feel it through your seat, through your butt, through your steering, through your hands. And when you touch the shifter, it's nice. And the pillars are still very thin, so it's still not governed by safety restrictions. but it's engaging. I love it. I love it. It's a fun car.